Hi angels, welcome to Earth Angel Energy. I'm the Earth Angel and today I'm bringing you another general message. We're just going to tap into the energy and see what we get. And I do hope everyone's doing well. I'm feeling very blessed. Okay. Whoa. Oh, okay. Alright. We've got an Emperor here, so some Aries energy. We've got a couple people kind of peeking out in the cards here. Okay. So, some sort of tower moment coming in for someone. This could be a boss, a father figure, or just someone who's kind of a little bit more higher level in their life. But it feels like a tower moment for someone. I don't know if someone is alone, someone was used to being alone. There's love here at the center of this energy, and someone's feeling very defensive about this. What's going on? See what's going on. Lovers. Okay. Queen of Wands in the Moon. Yeah. Someone is choosing when it comes to love. And either this person feels like they have to be defensive. I don't know if this person has been like a bachelor for a long time. Knight of Pentacles, the Devil, and the Ace of Wands. It looks like somebody is choosing a partner, a lover that other people do not approve of. What is going on here? Six of Cups. Okay, either going back to someone or like there's a big age difference here. Where do you fit into this energy? Let's see. Seven of Pentacles. Okay, Seven of Pentacles. Of Pentacles. Where do you fit into this energy here? Ten of Wands. Okay, and the Magician. And the Six of Wands. Interesting. Okay, so you fit into this energy with the Seven of Pentacles, Ten of Wands, Six of Wands, Magician, and the Two of Swords. So this is either you being in a relationship where people don't approve, or Temperance, the World, and the Ace of Cups. Okay, so I'm getting for some of you, maybe you might be dating, you might be getting into a relationship, or something about you connecting with somebody who's got like a good amount going for themselves. Maybe you're dating someone who's older. Maybe you're dating someone who's divorced. The Moon, the Death card, and the Nine of Swords. Okay. This kind of almost feels like a message maybe for someone dating or somebody getting into a relationship here, or somebody is coming your way. It seems like if there's like a huge gap here, there might be a little bit of tension. So what do I mean by a gap? Say for instance, I think I'm definitely talking to someone who's like getting into a connection. We have that Ace of Cups. And especially with the Seven of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands, I could be talking to someone who's maybe looking for someone with a lot of status or financial stability. Just be aware that I do feel like if that's really what you're going for, you will have that, but there could be like a lot of tension here. So like by a gap, either like a big age gap or a big like resource gap, like your person has like a lot of money or they're much older than you or something like that. I do see a bit of tension here. And I do think it's different than, say, for instance, like if you end up getting with someone who's like around your age, but you have like similar career trajectories where there's like, okay, this person is successful. Maybe they come from like a good family, or I can see them having even more success in the future. I think that's a separate situation. This feels like a situation where you're like, I just want somebody who's got a lot of abundance. And, you know, if they're a decade or two older than me, if they have an ex-wife or something, I feel like I'm speaking to someone where that's not really a concern for you. You're like, hey, like, I kind of want them to have it now. I want them to be, you know what I mean? King of Wands. Let's see. King of Wands. Yeah. Okay, Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, yeah. What's the Eight of Pentacles in reverse? Okay, Empress. Right. Okay. I could be talking to someone who doesn't want to work. Which honestly, like, I don't really have any personal opinion on that at all, you know. And especially too, like, if you want to have children or if you want to take care of your family or something, that's a job in and of itself. But I feel like I'm specifically talking to somebody who, and here we have the Emperor and the Empress. So I feel like I'm talking to someone who knows what they want. Or maybe you're getting ready to start dating. You're getting ready to get out there. You're meeting people and you're kind of deciding, okay, what am I looking for? What are my standards, right? And I feel like I'm talking to someone where I think you have a very specific idea of like what you're looking for. And you want somebody where they have their success now, everything is going to be taken care of, you're not going to, you know, like it's all there. You know what I mean? I've talked on this channel before where I've seen a lot of really successful marriages and partnerships where they started out around the same age and they reached their full career success later on in life. Like they didn't start out with one person having a bunch of money already and then them getting together. They started out with both of them, you know, having ambitions, having goals, maybe having a good solid foundation, and then reaching a lot of success together. I'm not really seeing that. I'm seeing that someone wants a partner who already has their success, it's taken care of. You know what I mean? Eight of Swords. Okay, but it's going to be World. Okay, in the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. I think this is more so, it's not necessarily saying yes or no, it's just kind of letting you know what the energy around that looks like. And I do always say, you know, it's good not to have a huge power imbalance. So it's nice, like if your partner has a lot of success, but you have your own success as well too, or you have, you know, something to fall back on. You have something that's yours. And I'm seeing a little bit of a power imbalance here, but once again, if you're like, I don't care, like I just want to have somebody who's got it already, I see you getting that, but just be prepared. Like there's gonna be some tension here. Okay, 7 of Cups, 10 of Cups, and the Queen of Wands with the Strength. Okay. And I think that's sort of like the tough thing. So the message is, if that's what you want, where you're like, you know, I don't want to work, I don't really, and there's plenty of people where it's like, I don't have that desire to work. I don't have that desire to build my own. I just want to get married to somebody who already has something and they can give that to me too. That exists. That's like, it's definitely a reality that I think works for some people. I think it's always a great idea to have your own and then also to get with someone who has their own and you can kind of build it up together. But this is an option too. This is just kind of letting you know. And I think this is honestly like a nice energy if you're resonating with this message to say like, okay, this is how you navigate this. Let's be realistic. Let's be honest. Let's kind of look at all the different facets of this energy so that you kind of know what you're getting into. So I feel like you're going to get what you want, but I do feel like there's going to be like a lot of tension or a lot of, I don't know if there's like hostility from someone's family or, yeah, the Devil. It's not going to be super smooth sailing in the beginning. It could get better over time. Okay. 3 of Pentacles. Okay. So I see that this will get better over time. But yeah, in the beginning. Okay. And just make sure like the person that you're with. So this is kind of the difficulty with these kind of relationships where there's a big power imbalance, right? Where someone has all the resources or someone has way more life experience. You just need to make sure that this person is being honest with you and genuine with you. And also just being really clear about what you want from this relationship. You know, does this person have a habit of having lots and lots of spouses and then lots of relationships and things ending? Is that going to have longevity to it? Is this person being honest about their past, especially if they have, you know, a couple decades under their belt? Are they telling you the full story? I just see like this feels more like just letting you know what to watch out for with this kind of energy, because you can manifest what you want, you can get what you want, but it can be a tricky energy, and it's a lot easier to navigate these kind of energies when you do have something of your own. I think also having your resources, to be honest, also helps generate a lot more like equity and respect in these kind of relationships too, you know? But it's up to you. Two of Pentacles, yeah, it's just something you're gonna have to balance here. But yeah, wow, Seven of Swords, okay, Seven of Cups. Yeah, it's gonna be really tough in this kind of dynamic. And so I do always say, and I think it's a great piece of advice, I didn't make this advice up at all. I've just heard many successful people say this, and I've seen this a lot in life. If you want like a successful, well-off partner, it's great to have your own as well too. The best way to find a successful partner is to be successful yourself. And it's also the best way to have a successful relationship with a successful partner. And with the Two of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles, you know, who knows what's going to happen down the line? You know, what if they give you an allowance in the beginning and then they garnish that? What if they give you freedoms in the beginning and they garnish that? You know, if they have all the resources and something happens and there's some sort of like legal situation and all of a sudden they have all this money and access and influence, and it's a really distorted energy. These are just things to think about. Because I'm getting the energy of someone who is going to pull in the kind of partner they're looking for, but the imbalance could be really, really tough in the long run. But if you're just like, hey, I just want to meet people, I want to have nice experiences, you know, that's a whole nother story. Because what I see here is imbalance. I don't see a whole lot of longevity. But I think if you're honest kind of about the dynamics of this situation, I feel like if you want to be networking, if you want to be getting advice from people who are in these kind of circles, that's definitely something that I think could be a great use of this energy, because you're attracting this kind of energy. But we just want to make sure that we're really strategic and smart about how we navigate these situations. Page of Pentacles, yeah. Because I think we have the Emperor and the Empress. And so whether you don't want to work and you just want to be with a successful partner, or you want your own success and you want to be with a successful partner, if I'm speaking to either situation, I think the most important thing is to also be in that Empress mindset if you want to be compatible with an Emperor. And so once again, that's having these honest conversations. It's being smart, it's being strategic, it's having those good boundaries, and noticing things that could become bigger issues later on in the relationship, especially when there's such a huge power imbalance. If there's a big age gap or a big money gap or a big experience gap, or this person is very well connected, that's a big chasm. And so just be really smart about how you navigate this so that this kind of situation can really work in your best interest. But I do always say the best energy when we're, you know, talking about being well connected or being with successful partners or being with a partner where you build your success together is that mutual balance. You both having resources, both having accomplishments, so that there's that respect, there's that equitability, and if anything happens, you're able to take care of yourself, you know, because if this person just says no and they have all the resources, it can be a very tricky situation. But good news is, if you're listening to this message, I do see someone bringing in a really good partner, maybe someone from a good family, someone with resources, or someone who's very accomplished. And that's very exciting. Just make sure you're smart about this so that it can be long lasting, because I see that things could get sticky, they could get tricky if we don't navigate the situation in a smart way. But I think you can. All right, that's what I have. Kind of some practical energy for someone who is bringing in a lot of prosperous, accomplished energy, which is very exciting, but that comes with its own set of challenges that I think you'll be able to handle. All right, that's what I have for you. I do hope that resonated. I hope you enjoyed that. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, details on how to do that are down below. But thank you so much once again. Until I see you next time, stay safe, stay blessed, and God bless you.